Hey, Dave, in the video session today, I guess you elected, was that always the plan, or did you decide that rest and video was better than on ice?
I watched the game again last night. We were a tired group all the way through. Heavy legs, not reacting to this stuff. So came in this morning. They can have a little workout, and the guys that didn't play last night will skate. Everybody that played last night stayed off and watched a little video.
So when you watch video, you kind of outlined it last night, board battles, on the wall, below the line. Do you just show a video of when they do it well and then contrast it to when they don't, or how does the video session go?
Both. You have a good and a bad side, right? You got to show the good stuff that works, and then you got to show the areas you got to clean up. There's some mistakes you got to clean up, and so as you go through it, there's always a little bit of both.
You said to us last night you didn't like the way you weren't getting enough from enough people. Mm-hmm. Do you need to say that to players, or does the film say that for you?
Both. There's lots of conversations that go on every day, and might be short conversations, long conversations, but video sessions, they don't lie, video sessions. So it's both. It's a never-ending coaching circle that goes around, and you have 5 coaches in here, and everybody's got a number of guys every day that they just touch base with. So that's every team in the league can say the same thing. It's a never-ending challenge to make sure you're trying to maximize everybody you got.
So you had a nice third line off the start of the year, and that's kind of dissipated here. It seems like you got a fourth line, but you might not have the third line you want. What are you missing?
Well, the fourth line started out pretty well, and then we were giving up a lot of goals. So we tinkered with that a little bit. We'd like to get back to some sort of that, and I think Shore is close to coming back. That will add that one more penalty killer for us down the lineup. So we'll see how it all pans out tomorrow.
Dave, there was on Twitter last night, the agent for William Lagesson said this player was disrespected because you didn't talk to him before the game and let him know he was scratched.
Yeah, Jimmy talked to him before the game. We wanted him to go for warm-up to make sure there was no setbacks for Nurse at all. So that's an agent trying to do his job, I guess, trying to make sure his player knows he's there.
Don't most agents just phone the general manager and say what's going on?
I didn't hear from the general manager last night, so I'm not sure if he did.
So are you going to
I don't read social media, so.
So for now, you're just going to keep the defenseman you have. Nobody's going down. Keith is ready.
CC's close to starting skating again, so when he gets back up and going, I think he can skate on. He's got some tests he's got to do on Wednesday. He might be able to skate on Wednesday. So we'll just, when we get players back healthy, that's when you got to make roster spots.
And nothing new with Keith or Smith?
No, both skating today. Keith didn't skate today, and Smith actually didn't skate today, but they're scheduled to keep going this week.
But can they practice with the main squad yet?
I don't think Schmitty would have maybe took part of the practice today. Keith wouldn't have practiced today.
The 5-on-5, is that, as a coach, with 45 minutes out of a 60-minute game, at least 5-on-5, is that the most concerning, that most of the game's 5-on-5 and you got to get that up, better?
It's not just 5-on-5. It's 5-on-5 is that's a big chunk of it. So there's defending, offense, face-offs. There's a lot that goes into 5-on-5. So it's more than just saying we got to play better 5-on-5. There's different aspects of that come into play, but that's an area where we need to improve. Like our special teams have been pretty good all year. We've found ways to win with them, but the 5-on-5 play has got to be an area that is for us to take steps forward. We'll have to get better in that area.
How do you get better in that area?
Score more and give up less.
So when you have what appears to be a trend here of falling behind and maybe not have a lot of energy in first periods or enough energy, are there any, like as a coach, have you ever tried now or in the past, like stepping in, like making a little mini challenge out of the start of the game, pretend like we're down one? I know those probably sound dumb, but you know what I'm getting at?
All the time. Those happen all the time.
What's worked?
It depends. One thing works one time and the other time it doesn't work, right? Depends on how, there's different factors that come into it. Last night I thought we started poor. The first shift we lost a couple early battles that gave a chance away. And so like today, those are things that we look at, right? You got to be engaged right from the start. When you get tired, you end up skating through things. You do things, a lot of looping rather than stopping. It's easier to keep going, and hopefully things catch up with you, or you catch up with that. And that's where you're not a connected team. We try to stay connected in all three zones. We were too spread out last night. So there's things you talk about. We have little challenges now and then. We'll put a certain thing of shots or hits in a period to start the game, and all those things we talk about all the time.